Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Stating the Obvious. Today, we're going to state the obvious. That was kind of obvious. Obviously. And we have to get back to our regular schedule, so let's hear the obvious facts, guys, starting with Jacob. Jacob, hit us with an obvious fact today.
All right, I got a pretty good one today for you, Jit. So, there are more hydrogens in a molecule of water than there are stars in the solar system.
Hydrogen atoms, right?
Like that's what?
Isn't it? Wait, what's the?
Oh my
It's
god!
atoms. I think Renee's right.
I just realized.
You got it?
What?
Okay, took a while,
That's
but
so
you got it.
stupid. I hate you.
Wait, what? I'm so confused.
You said stars in the solar system, right?
Yeah.
You got one star in the solar system, and there's two hydrogens in a water molecule.
I was like,
Oh, I was like,
yeah.
okay.
That's pretty obvious. I don't know.
It's like,
I thought this was some like big brain science.
It is not. It's just an obvious fact.
Yeah.
You know what? Good job,
That's
Jacob.
pretty good.
I'm proud of you.
That's pretty good. Pranay would have like tried to go for like the legitimate like, oh yeah, there's like more like water molecules in like
Renee would say some nerd shit.
a droplet of water than
Yeah, some
stars
garbage
in the
that you have to
sky or
think.
some
The,
shit.
the molar content of a star, bro.
okay, I don't know that much about
All right,
chemistry.
then give us an obvious fact. Redeem yourself. We
Okay.
found on you. Show us what's up.
My obvious fact is, I was thinking about this today. I feel like there's no city in the U.S. where like each of the neighborhoods are so culturally like diverse and have their own identity as does New York does. And with the caveat, I guess it's kind of a byproduct of the fact that I lived in Pittsburgh for so long, but I feel like Pittsburgh kind of also has this, but I don't feel the same in Dallas or like maybe and many of the Cali cities either.
Yeah,
Does Los Angeles not have
This is
different
true.
suburbs?
I think. Yeah, but dude, Los Angeles is like still pretty big. So like getting from place to place, I don't know. I think he's saying that it's like culturally like
They don't have as much as your
so diverse in a small like area.
Yeah, I saw a graph today with like the population of New York is like in like 469 square miles, and it would take like the entire state of like Montana, North Dakota, and like some other random states to make up the same area of like same population with like an area like 10 times greater.
Man, our electoral
Wow.
college is fucked.
Yeah, for real. All right, Noah.
But
It's your time, Noah. Hit us with the most insane, obvious fact that man has ever known.
I mean, I don't know about the most insane one, but I got one I just thought of like just now because you wanted me to transition to like basketball. The term
Okay.
slam dunk is used more outside of basketball now than inside of basketball.
It's just
True.
obvious.
You know what?
It's true.
Honestly, quality fact, Noah, and a transition all in one package.
Thank you.
What more can you really ask for from a podcaster? Wow.
I mean-
That's great work. That's insane work,
No,
Noah.
I just gotta say, I think Pranay is lacking a bit.
I mean, I
Yeah,
didn't come,
what
I
was
didn't come
yours
in with
even?
like
I
the
don't know.
craziest. But is it? I don't think it was like the worst.
But did you have a transition in yours?
I did not have a transition.
This is
I will
true.
admit
You
that
could have
much.
actually. You could have, because we might be talking about New York later in this podcast episode. Intent, not judge, but Noah's is just honestly a slam dunk.
Thank you.
It's true.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was just a great.
it makes sense, right? I mean,
Great
like
transition.
slam dunk just isn't hype anymore. Like, you know, you see
What do you
like.
mean?
I mean, you see a player like go up and like dunk the ball, and like the announcers
Oh,
like
like
going insane, and they're going like, "Oh, he threw it down! He threw it down!" Like, could you imagine if instead they were just like slam dunk, like instant just
yes, sir.
deflation, like you know. Like I was ready to nut, and like now I'm not even like now
Hey,
I'm
yo.
not even into it.
Hey, yo, what?
What?
Bro?
What?
All right. How did seeing Luca's performance against the Timberwolves make you feel, Noah?
I have
Did you not?
never been more erect in my life.
Nice. Yeah, dude. Oh, we're all from Dallas, and we were all happy that day.
I mean,
All those days, except that one day.
like, I honestly did not see this coming. Like, Dallas was like struggling during the regular season.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was bad. I feel.
Wait, what, Brittany?
Yeah, I was going to say I hadn't kept in touch at all with the basketball scene until the playoffs, and I like heard the Mavs were playing in the playoffs, and I watched the first playoff game and I was like, wait, Kyrie's on the team? Like, what the hell? When did he go?
Damn. Okay. Well, he's been on the team.
For a while.
That's okay.
Yeah,
you know what?
I hadn't done anything basketball related in God knows how long. Like I hadn't seen. Well, I mean, I played, but I just like hadn't seen. I hadn't interacted with. But I mean, now I know.
But I feel like the Kyrie Luka combo, they complement each other really well.
I mean, they're both
it's
just
just-
clutch as hell.
Yeah, they're both as When you have two clutch players on your team, like
The Mavs' road to the finals, though, was so much harder than the Celtics.
yeah, dude, Celtics, what a Heat without Butler? Like, please, I don't know. That's not even a real team. That's like the four of us.
That's true.
No.
Man, like who else did the Celtics go up against? Like, I mean, they beat the Pacers, which, I mean,
Basically, every team they played against did not have their Lukas or their Kyries. That's just like the
Yeah.
summation of all of that.
The Bucks, I mean, they didn't play the Bucks, but the Bucks lost Giannis, right? He got injured.
Yeah, I don't know. I would have loved. You know what I would have loved to see though, if the Nuggets beat the Wolves, and then we saw a Nuggets Mavs.
I don't know. That would have been. I think that would have been tougher, honestly.
it might
No,
have
yeah,
been.
I don't know if the Mavs would have come out on top, because like the Mavs, like Luka specifically, just the Timberwolves have the best like defense of any team in the entire like NBA this season, right? But Luka just he just said no.
I mean, it's all like matchup dependent, right? Like Timberwolves are like they were probably like the best matchup you could find for the Nuggets specifically, but like just not as good of a matchup for the Mavs.
Exactly, yeah. Which I think Celtics will be a bit more of a problem. That's why people are like Mavs in 4. I'm like, dude, Mavs in 6. Like realistically, I think Mavs in 6.
Yeah, the Celtics are still pretty strong too.
Like, I feel like the Celtics just, for me, are the team that has the least clear personality. Like, it just feels like they're really good, but sometimes they just like get shit on, and I'm just like, why? Like, what the fuck is going on?
They don't know themselves.
It's true. No personality.
Rip.
I mean, that is true. I don't know. Some of the toughest photos I've seen have come from this series, though, where wherever they like make a 3 or like something happens, they're like screaming. Like, I don't know. The basketball photos are actually just so tough.
It's so funny.
Oh, yeah, do you see like this insane number of like near half throw shots that Luka made during the series?
Yeah, dude, he was shooting from like 40 out, like
Yeah.
a lot.
You know in the second to last game in the series when they were down, I forgot how many points exactly they were down, but Luka made like this crazy 3 and he got a foul on it too, and I was like, wait, this is like in my head at that time I was like,
Oh, didn't they lose that
and they
game,
lost
though?
the game
Yeah.
ultimately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in my head I was just like, wait, this is the game's in the bag. The game is in the bag.
The 3 that sold me was like the one where somehow with like 20 seconds left or whatever, it ended up like Gobert man on man with Luca.
yeah.
And then Luca just had him tap dancing, bro. Bro was like hitting the bungra, like bro did not know where he was going.
That was dude.
That was such a sick three.
That was
Rolling
disgusting.
smoked.
Like that. You know who that is? That's Depoy, defensive player of the year, Mr. Gobert. Absolutely just fumbling the bag. Funny as fuck.
I will say, speaking of basketball, I feel like every time I have a discussion with basketball with someone, especially if they did not know this fact about me / fact about Wyatt before, I always have to check in with my main man RJ Hampton. And
Yeah.
and you guys want to guess where he is in his career now? So as a recap, he got drafted. He played for the Pelicans, I think, the year after the draft.
Yeah, he was in the Nuggets for a little bit too, right?
He got drafted to the Nuggets, and then they immediately traded him to the Pelicans, I think.
Oh, okay.
But do you guys want to guess where he is right now, or what he's doing?
G League.
He is in the G League. Yes, he is playing for Capital City Go-Go.
What the fuck?
I don't.
Dude,
What even is that?
Who named that? Like, what?
I don't know. I don't know who named it. I didn't know anything about the G League until I had searched it up recently. But that's what's happening to the main man.
Wait,
RJ
Capital
Hampton.
City Go Go?
Yeah, I do.
Like Go Go Girl? Like that's like naming like your G
They're-
League
okay,
team like
okay, it looks
Dallas
like-
Hookers or like
What the hell? They're affiliated with the Washington Wizards. It looks like.
damn, that's
Okay,
tough.
yeah.
Imagine being on like the Wizards G League team.
Well, that's what he is.
That is rough, my guy.
Yeah, he had a short. Did he ever play?
Okay, so yeah, I mean, he play. Yeah, he definitely has he has play time. How much play time? Obviously, is not that much. Let's see. So, New Zealand Breakers, right? Because he played in Australia
Yeah,
for some time.
he
Then
did
he
that,
Denver Nuggets for a year, Orlando Magic for 2 years, Lakeland Magic is a G League team for a year, then Detroit Pistons for 10 days or something, or Miami Heat or something, and Detroit Pistons for 10 days, then Miami Heat, then Sioux Falls Skyforce, another G League team, and then starting 2024, he's with the Go-Go's.
The Go-Go's. All right.
Yeah.
You know he has a kid?
What?
I was just stalking his Instagram. I'm pretty sure he has a kid.
Maybe he does.
I mean,
No, he does. He's posted up with a child. I don't think it's just some random.
Well, it could be his nephew or something, right?
I mean,
It
perhaps,
could
but
I wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't put it
It's
past
not
him.
the
It could be his
strangest
kid.
thing.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's not the strangest
Yeah,
thing.
that's true. That's true.
I mean, I don't know about you, but
It's
I'm not in
giving.
a financial
It's-
situation to have a kid right now.
Well, he did play in the NBA, no? Did you play in the NBA?
That's true. That's true. I mean, honestly though, if you're a bench warmer in the NBA and then you go to the G League, how much are you really making? I genuinely don't know.
I think I read a study somewhere or some paper that the lowest paid NBA player is $260,000.
Okay, I mean that's still pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean that's the kind of money where you have to put it into an index fund or some shit. You can't just go blow it all on coke and hookers or whatever. I mean you can blow
No,
some
but
of
it's
it,
still
but
a fair amount.
yeah, not all of it.
So is he a starter for the Go-Go's, PJ?
His Wikipedia page does not seem to indicate that.
Oh, right. Okay, wow.
Yes, and we all know Wikipedia is the number one source for
Indeed.
information.
I mean, we joke about
So-
Wikipedia, but I legitimately feel it's become one of the more reliable sources.
No,
out
I
there.
mean even back in the day, was it that bad? To be
When
honest,
it first started off, when it first started off, it was
so,
full of
when we were in
misinformation,
elementary
but-
school or middle school, and they were saying, "Yo, don't use Wikipedia; it's not a reliable source." Was it really not?
I just think there are some things the fact that anyone can edit it is just like one of my friends at UIUC. He, if you look up the word fob, fresh off the boat,
Yeah. Oh,
he just
yeah.
put his name in there as an example of a fob. He put his friend's name in there,
Very
Oh.
nice.
and he's like, "This is an example of a fob. He goes here and he is a fob.
Okay, PJ, I found
And
his. I found, by the way, I found his career stats for his NBA career. He
Okay.
has played 18.3 minutes and scored 6.8 points.
Wait,
Very
like
good.
total or average?
I think average.
Okay. That was total. I would be very sad for my mans.
Wait, 18 points average?
No, 18 minutes average.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh, wait, that's still not bad, actually.
6.8 points average.
I don't know who you guys got for like Mavs v Celtics. Like what's your score prediction?
I'll give it Mavs in 6 or 7. 6. I'll go 6.
Renee?
I'll do Mavs in 7.
This one.
What about you, Noah? I already said Mavs in 6.
Oh, I didn't hear. Mavs in 7. Mavs in 7. Like I feel
I
like
think Mavs in 7.
I feel like Mavs are just like the better like late. I don't know. Late game appropriate late series team. Like they have a tendency to start weak, but like I feel like Luka, like Kyrie just like perform better under pressure, whereas like I feel like the Celtics perform worse under pressure.
Well, I mean, during the Timberwolves series, they came out pretty strong early.
That's true. That's true.
The games were always though, like those first 3 games were so close. Like they were closer than they should have been
Yeah.
for no reason at
That's
all.
also
But,
true. Yeah.
I'm gonna say Mavs in 6. I think Celtics win the first game, and then Mavs win the next 2. Celtics win the 4th, and Mavs close it out with 5-6.
That's very specific.
I have a vision,
Very
and
nice.
I see it
Very
happening
nice.
in a certain way.
Nissan Alkali.
It's just instinct. Imagine that's what actually
You just
happens
said
if I
something good.
if I actually put like a bet down on that, like something like, oh my god,
That would be
you
crazy.
can actually make so much money.
I mean, you would make
Predicting
bank.
like even like a $50 would get you like probably like 1K, something obscene,
Yeah.
5K maybe.
Yeah, but the odds of it are very small.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why. It's because it's bad odds. Like,
I mean, sometimes you get lucky, you know. Like
That's true. I know.
that was the most realistic part of Back to the Future, honestly. Like grabbing the sports almanac,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah. I remember.
going Back to the Future, and then using it to bet on all the games.
I mean, that's true.
It's actually an obscene way of making money.
I mean, wait. So okay, wait. You're going from the future back to the past, and then making money in the past. I mean, I don't know. I feel like
No. You're going into the past.
wait.
Or what ends up happening? Yeah. Basically, it can happen like multiple ways, but yes.
Well, I mean, like if you go
Your
from
way
the
is correct.
past to the future, like all you've got is like old sports games, and nobody's betting on those anymore.
No, if you go from the past to the future, you have you grab the historical records of like what happened, and then you go back to the past.
Go back to the past. Yeah,
Yeah.
go back to the past.
That's
yeah. Man. No, imagine if like you just like went back and just like got like I don't know like Apple stock
Yeah,
back
or,
like when they still had the
Amazon
rainbow
stock.
logo.
Nvidia stock, Bitcoin.
Crazy.
You know, apparently there's a hard drive out there with like $50 million worth of Bitcoin, like a random USB drive, and like someone
I
lost
believe it. I mean,
Yeah,
I think the moral of the story is if you find a USB stick like lying around the ground, like plug it into your computer.
yeah.
Plug it
Yeah,
in.
Check
Plug
what
it in.
happens.
Don't check for anything. Yeah, viruses not like the only virus is the money you'll be catching.
$50 million worth of money.
This is good advice.
Yeah. This is obvious
It's
advice
true.
because we're on
True.
brand.
Exactly.
So I have some news for you guys.
What is the news?
I'm going to go see Messi
Very nice. What
No,
game are you
okay.
going to see him
No.
in?
in the Copa America, Argentina versus Canada. I bought an Argentina jersey too. I bought a Messi
Very
jersey.
nice.
How old is Messi?
I thrifted it. He's young. He's 20.
He is
Very nice.
getting up there.
20
I
years
think
old.
he's like almost
He's like
yeah,
67.
something like that.
That's a pretty big jump this one.
Wait, 67?
No, Yeah.
There's no way.
Pranay's in shock. Like in genuine shock. He's like 36, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's a couple years younger than Ronaldo. I think Ronaldo's older.
You know what's crazy though is like Mbappe is like a year younger than us.
Yeah, I think he's younger than us. Yep.
What have we done with our lives thus far?
Absolute jack
He
shit.
almost made Messi like lose.
He
the
came
World Cup.
really close. He carried that French team on his back in the finals.
Yeah, bro. Like I can't imagine, dude. That feels like some of my auction games. What he did right there.
Rip. Okay, but like, does Mbappe have a podcast?
I don't think he does.
No one makes a good point. No one makes a really good point.
I mean, he might. I don't know. I feel like
Yeah.
every athlete has a
No, he
podcast
doesn't.
nowadays.
He doesn't.
But did we factor in the fact that his first name is Killian? That's a cool ass first name.
But so is Viswajit.
Oh, very good call. Jacob is so holy.
It's true.
Pranay is Yanarp.
In our
But Jacob and Noah, I've never realized that's a deadly duo right there. What if Jacob and Noah historically teamed up?
I'm pretty sure, like in the Bible,
I don't know anything
like
about.
Noah like
I don't
builds
know
a
anything
boat,
about the Bible.
and then like at some point, like he
And
gets
then what?
drunk and like
Oh, on brand.
yeah, and then like gets like blackout drunk, and then like is like found in the morning like asleep naked by one of his sons, and then like because of that, like he just like curses this guy and like all of his descendants to like misery or some shit forever. I never understood the point of that one.
So why'd you do all that? No.
I mean, you know, just like I don't know, like fuck that guy, like fuck that kid, you know, like I never liked him anyways. I always liked his brother better.
And Jacob, what is your biblical take on what Noah did?
You know, he didn't like that guy. What can I say? He had his reasons.
I think it's an appropriate
Jacob, can you give
response.
us a verse? Can you give us a passage? Sorry, did I say a verse? Can you give us a passage?
Are you asking me? You asking me, Chris?
Yes, Cobb.
Like, what is your favorite? I don't know,
Yeah, give us your favorite.
passage?
Give it that your favorite, like 3, 16, 8, 12, 6, 9. Like, give it to us.
My favorite. I think I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I like that one.
Okay.
Which one is that?
Like the exact verse number?
Yeah.
I believe it's Philippians, right? Philippians 4?
Why are you asking us? Like, we don't know.
I do know this.
Ozymandias knows.
4:13. 4:11 to 13. Yeah.
Very cool.
I will say I do find it kind of cool when people are just like, they say the exact book and they quote scripture. Like for example, like it makes for a sick movie moment.
Yeah, I agree. I'm with Renee on this one. When they're like John 6:12, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Like, I'm just like, oh my God, they're doing it.
Speaking of Mbappe, though,
Yeah.
did you see today he signed on to Real Madrid?
Damn.
So they're going to be
Real
even more
Madrid.
dominant than they already were.
What if there's a secret team called Fake Madrid?
Jip, you
What
should
would you
start
do
this.
then?
You should start this, Jip. And just like,
We are Fake
just like the
Madrid.
inverse of all their players, like they're all really good, we're all really bad. You know?
Exactly.
That would be pretty on brand, quite frankly.
I mean, it is stating the obvious. What would be tough is a stating the obvious football jersey.
That's true. I feel like our color scheme is very good.
with the
Yeah, I
colors
feel
that
like
we
our colors
have in
is
like
What's
our
our colors,
background,
brown
like
and
our
yellow?
logo.
Not our colors.
Not our race, bro.
It's stating the obvious colors, like the ombre kind of rainbow
Brown
stuff.
and yellow.
Oh, okay. Like, I
I
mean,
thought he
what?
said red and yellow at first, and I was like, this doesn't even make sense either way.
What? What's
Like,
your question?
What are the stating the obvious colors?
Like the color of the logo, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
The color of the
It's
logo,
like a
like the
bunch of
purple, the
colors.
pink, the orange.
I mean, it's like a spectrum over there.
It's got a lot of the like cooler tones, I think, to it.
Yeah, and that jersey would be cool. Like the
It's
jersey would be
true.
a spectrum.
Because we're on the spectrum.
Okay, no. Do you want this podcast to succeed? We're actually just gonna get canceled. Like, I give up. I thought of the joke. I was like, you know what? Let's have some self control. You know, let's not be problematic today.
That's the difference between you and me, dog. Like,
No, it's always a problem.
exactly.
I'm a menace. Okay, can we do everyone's Batman voice?
I have heard Pranay's Batman voice before. I think it was actually decent when I heard it, but I don't know if he practiced.
I just go super deep.
No, this is when the
Okay, let's hear
Batman
it.
movie came out, and you were practicing it nonstop.
I've only ever heard his Bane voice, honestly.
I think my Bane voice were iconic. It's like, oh, you think darkness is your ally. You merely adopted the dark. I was molded by it. I never saw the light till I was nearly a grown man, and by then it was nothing but blinding. There we go.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Pranay.
Let's hear the Batman, Noah.
My parents are dead.
All right, Jet, let's
else?
hear your
What else?
Batman.
Good.
I'm Batman.
Not bad. Not bad, honestly.
Not bad.
I'm good on the scene.
Very good.
But Cobb, you saw the world.
I did.
You saw. Where did you see, Cobb?
Saw many places, many things. So
Okay, this is my terrible transition to say that Cobb just recently traveled.
Yeah, that didn't make much sense to me, I'll be honest.
All right, you know what, Noah? We can't all be you.
We
So,
can't all be Anchor Messies.
True.
all right, Cobb,
okay.
go.
Yes. So a couple weeks ago, I got back. I went to Sweden, but before that, on my way there, I stopped in New York, and I saw PJ.
Very
We went
good.
to what was the place we went to, PJ? It was Nawon,
No one.
right? Nawon?
Yes.
Nawon? It was this
How was
Korean
your,
place, which
yes, how was your experience?
apparently, first off, is so expensive. I don't know how you live there.
I
Second,
do, so
How much was it?
the burger was like $20, $22.
Yeah, that's normal.
Yeah, but
For New
still,
York.
that's like omega expensive. But
Yeah.
yeah, anyway, they boast that they have the best burger in the world. So of course I had to try it and see what it was. But it was like this double cheeseburger, and they put like kimchi on top. And like this Korean sauce. You know what the sauce is called, PJ?
I don't know what was in the burger. No,
I mean, like, if I had to guess, it would probably be like gochujang. I mean, that's just
some
kind of the classic.
gochujang based thing. Yeah,
Like
Is what I would
gochujang
guess.
Yeah, I'm not
slaps.
sure what the name of the
Noah.
sauce was, but Noah,
Our
the
local
cultural
Korean.
man.
Yeah, Korean,
I mean, look,
Chinese,
like gochujang
Japanese.
is like
Yeah.
it slaps, man. Like I don't know, like
No,
No,
Right.
no, what? Speak the
What?
language. Speak the language.
no,
Say something, Noah. Say something.
no.
But anyway, that burger was really, really good. I don't know if I would say it was the best in the world, but it was like in the top 3, I think, that I've had in my lifetime. It was really, really good. The meat was cooked very, very well. And I don't know, the kimchi added a really nice flavor to it. I liked it. It was very nice. So that was a good shout, PJ.
Very good. I'm
Then,
glad you enjoyed.
yeah. Then I took the Uber back, and that Uber driver, he was insane. All he could talk about was how he's been stabbed so many times by the gang, and how
What?
he does not like the gang members, and they. yeah.
I did not hear gang at first.
Yeah, me either.
I'll be honest, I heard gang.
What gang? Gang. Jet.
I mean, they could
Okay.
be both. I don't know. Like
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know, but
it's
apparently
2024.
Apparently whenever gang members take Ubers, they just don't pay. So, he does not like them
Interesting.
very much.
How do they book the Uber?
I don't know,
I'm
but he's just
confused.
like they show up for the ride. I guess if you cancel the ride before you get there or something like that.
Oh, they cancel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he did not like them. In fact, we got like it was a Uber share, like the share one, and we got a couple of requests on the way there. But he's like, "No, this is a gang member neighborhood. We're denying all of the requests." So he just kept denying all the requests that are coming through. But yeah, he's a pretty cool guy. He was a
I
Korean
mean,
guy
honestly,
too.
it's probably a good thing. Like you got like a guy who's like been through it. Like he's a veteran. Like imagine if you just got like some I don't know, like some like soccer mom who's like, oh, like look at all these like nice kids. Like let's go get them. And then you're just like sandwiched between two gang members.
Yeah, that would be uncomfortable.
To say the least.
Yeah. Anyway, then we go to the airport. We fly all the way to Sweden. It's actually a really relatively short flight. It was only like 8 hours, which I thought it would be a lot longer. But I didn't realize how far north the country is. Yeah. So
it's pretty far north.
Yeah, but it's like on the same level of Alaska, I think. Which I didn't realize it was that far north. I thought it was just like not much farther north than like London, right? But yeah, it's really far north. So we go there 8 hours. We get in at like 7 in the morning. The airport is closed. They have to like literally call the customs people to come because we got in really early. But yeah, then we go to the
Did
hotel.
they not know you were coming?
We were supposed to come in at 8. We came in at like 6:30. So
Okay, well, I see.
we go to the hotel, and that's I think one of the first huge difference I saw is that this is like a Scandinavian theme, is that their hotel rooms were so small. It was smaller than my dorm room by like a long shot. Like you could
That's
easily
crazy.
touch like, I don't know about palms on both walls, but you could touch both walls very easily. Bathroom was really, really small. And one of the things that they do with their showers is like the shower, it's all open and there's like no door. So the water just goes all over the bathroom floor. And then the bathroom floors are heated. So you just turn on the heat and the whole thing evaporates.
That seems like unnecessarily complex. Like, why not just put in a door?
I don't know, but there is no door. So yeah, that was also a little bit uncomfortable because the bathroom's also really tiny. So you're like bumping up against the toilet and the sink the whole time you're in the shower. Like there's like no space to move. Like you can basically just stand in the shower and turn around.
I mean, this is crazy to me because like Cobb is built like I don't know, like a stick figure. Like,
Yeah,
would
it
I
was
even
tight for
fit in
me.
that room?
It was tight for me. Yeah. Yeah, you could barely walk
That's
around.
crazy.
But anyway, we get in at like 6 in the morning. We sleep for a bit, go to lunch. It's like it was a burger place, which was all right. And then the night we go and see the Eras
God,
tour.
just turn into Burgermeister.
Yeah. The night we go and see the Eras tour, which have you guys seen this?
Oh, I mean, I haven't in person.
No, but you all know about it. Honestly,
Yeah.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
we know about it.
I was not the biggest fan going into it, but coming out of it, yeah. Like
Of Taylor Swift or of the tour?
both.
Damn.
Damn.
Like
Interesting.
the production quality was like, it was like a Cirque du Soleil performance. Like it was a very, very high production quality. Like the choreography was really good. The music was like I never really, I've been to a few concerts before, but I always thought, Spotify, YouTube, like you can get that sort of concert experience. You don't need to go to a concert. But I think this changed my mind. Like the music was just, it felt different in person than hearing it like just through YouTube or whatever.
I mean, yes.
Yeah, but I think this is the first time I experienced that. And yeah, honestly, the show was really well done. Apparently it's a thing for this tour that people give out bracelets. I didn't know. Do you know about this, PJ?
I did not know.
Apparently it's a thing that when you go to this concert, you're supposed to make bracelets for the people sitting next to you. And then you trade.
Interesting.
Yeah,
What the
apparently.
hell?
Did you
I
do
didn't-
this?
I did
What?
not do this, but the people next to me did. and they're like these.
What did you tell them? What did you give them?
I didn't give them anything. That's the problem. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh
right.
my
it was-
god,
They were
Cobb.
like these.
What the
Yeah, I
fuck?
know. There was like these, like probably teenage Swedish girls on both sides of me, and they.
Okay, Cobb.
My man.
I mean, you didn't give them anything back. Like, I don't think they're like coming back to his tiny ass like hotel
They're
room to
also
like.
teenagers.
Okay. Oh, I did not
Oh,
hear the
yeah,
teenage
that's
part.
Okay,
Never
I
mind.
did not hear
All
that
right,
part. Okay, Cobb, I hope you did not
Cobb, cut that out, cut
No,
that out.
Good man, Cobb. Good job. Proud
Yeah,
of
but no,
you.
they,
Cut that
they,
out, Cobb.
They gave me
Jacob,
bracelets,
Jacob.
and I was like, "Thank you." And then they explained to me. They explained to me this whole thing about you're supposed to trade bracelets. I was like, "Oh, I didn't know that. I'm a foreigner, man. I don't know these things."
You're
Yeah.
foreigner to Taylor Swift.
But yeah, they gave me the bracelets. It was a good concert experience. It was actually in the place where the Swedish national football team plays. So I don't know if you've seen that arena before, PJ, but it's a very large arena, and there was like 68,000 people in there, which was the most that arena has ever seen. So
Well,
yeah, it was jam
I
packed.
did not know
Yeah,
that.
it was jam packed. Concert was really good though.
What do you guys think of Taylor Swift? Like the rest of you? I mean, Cobb's clearly been converted, but
I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan. I have a problem with how she uses her private jets. Well, I can't support her music because of how
I
she
can't
operates her life.
support like the whatever personal things. I don't know about that. I'm just talking about like the music.
Yeah, look, Taylor Swift songs, like, they do have a charm. I can't. They're catchy. They're good songs. But like, will I ever spend money on Taylor Swift merch or pay to go to see her in concert? Absolutely not.
And that's because of
Of how she uses her, like, literally when she could have taken like a 40-minute car drive somewhere. Like, it would have just been a 40-minute car ride. Instead, she got on her private jet and went there in like 15 minutes. She saved like 30 minutes.
oh okay, so she's like she talks about all the carbon stuff.
Like, if
and
you
she
go
does-
look at
like that?
her like traveling, like her jet usage, her private jet usage, right? It's just this one person. She like uses the amount it would cost like 70. I can't remember if it was 72 or 720 people. Like, that's how much carbon she emits just by herself.
Oh, she just takes that everywhere. She just doesn't use a car.
No, yeah.
Okay, I see.
Like,
I did
obviously,
not
she
know
has to
this
use the car to like get to the venue. She can't fly into the venue, but like to get from city to city, she uses a jet.
Oh, okay.
That
Okay.
just takes her and like, I guess, whoever else goes with her on tour.
Okay, well, I don't know about all that. I'm just talking about her music and her performance.
yeah,
Really solid stuff. So
I don't know. I think
Yeah,
it's bullshit.
I'm sure it was good, but yeah, at the end of the day, I just, on principle, have an issue with how she lives.
well, when you're she's a billionaire, right?
Yeah,
She
I'm
got
pretty,
it.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
after
she was
this
the
tour,
first
like-
musician billionaire or something. Something like that, I heard.
All right. Okay, so when you're a billionaire, you don't care.
I mean, yeah, and that's bullshit.
Well, I mean, I think that's true for like all billionaires. I would have to say probably.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to contest that, but I don't know.
I don't know. PJ, what's your opinion?
I mean, I feel like the 40-minute thing is kind of egregious. It makes sense to me why a billionaire would buy a thing like for their personal use, because like from their viewpoint fiscally, like sometimes you just save so much more time. As to why, I mean, it's obviously not good for the environment, like, for sure, but
No.
I don't know. I've heard the only things I've heard about it is that she flies a lot, but she tries to buy carbon units.
Sure, buddy. Yeah, like
That's all
that's
I've heard.
that's going to do anything. I don't know.
What about the songs, PJ? You a fan of the songs?
I mean, I'm not a fan. I'm not a hater. I'm not a fan. I have some of her like really old stuff, I guess, on my Apple account. Like when I still had an iPod.
That was a long time ago, I think.
That was a
Damn.
long time ago. Yeah.
Remember the iPod? That's crazy.
What about you, Noah? What is your thought?
I mean, I'm not a big fan of like her jet usage like everybody else here. I'm like, her music's like, I mean, I'm not gonna like turn off like the radio if it comes on or whatever, but I'm not like seeking it out personally.
I felt that exact same way before I went. Like I was with all of you guys on that, but after
Cobb,
hearing it,
I know,
yeah.
I know you went to like the
I did.
musical equivalent of like a mega
I
church.
did.
Like I realized.
yes, yeah, I don't know. It just changed my viewpoint on it.
It changed his life.
Yeah,
Like
changed my
we're
life.
gonna see Cobb next, and he's gonna be like, he's gonna be just like dripped out in like Taylor Swift merch.
Yeah, that's me. You know me.
Cobb is a Swiftie. It's
That's
something I
crazy.
never.
Swifty Cobb.
It's not something I expected.
Yeah.
Swiftie Cobb was not in my plans this year.
But anyway, after that, it was still like a school trip. So we visited a lot of the big businesses located in Stockholm, and I think there's some pretty significant differences in the way that like Scandinavia as a whole operates that I found surprising. The first one kind of related is like sustainability. Like I feel like they truly care about sustainable practices there because they implement policies in which they're willing to take like profit cuts and like their investors demand lower returns if they implement sustainable policies. Like their entire electric grid like the national grid is run by renewable energy. Granted, it's not that big a country, and it's serving a lot less people, but yeah, they really care about the environment and the impact that they have on the natural world, and they're willing to take lower profit margins in order to sustain those kind of policies, which I found kind of surprising.
I mean, yeah, like I don't know, like America is not exactly number one when it comes to that. I mean, we're by no means in last place, but yeah, we could be doing a lot
but
better.
you just never hear like as much. Like I don't know if some of the big American companies would be willing to take the large profit cuts that these guys are taking in order to implement a sustainable policy.
Like I mean, hell no, like absolutely not.
Yeah, like here, like I feel like the number one thing people care about when they're gonna invest in a business or whatever is how much money does it make? What's the profit margins like? What's the ROI? But I don't think that's this like it's still important, but I don't think that's like the number one priority for everyone over there. Which, yeah, I don't know. It's just like a pretty big difference. And these are not like small companies either. These are like H&M, Spotify, like Ericsson. These are multinational, like international companies. So, yeah, I don't know. I just found that surprising.
I mean, good for them.
Yeah, it's just a difference that I noticed, I guess, in the way things operate outside of the U.S. And I think like most of Western Europe, I would say. So, yeah. Yeah, the food was really, really good though. I don't know, Jit, maybe not for Jit, but seafood. Yeah,
Rep.
seafood was really, really good, and their meatballs were amazing. I don't know.
Sounds like your stuff, Jeff.
Yeah, that sounds like just for Jit. But they serve these meatballs with this like gravy. I don't know what it is, but it looks like gravy, and they serve it with these berries. They're called lingonberries. You eat them
Cal
alone.
loves lingonberries, bro. I know all about lingonberries because Cal just loves them so much.
Does he eat them alone? Like alone, they're so bitter. Like you
He
have to
likes
eat them with
lingonberry
something.
jam.
Okay, jam, maybe, yeah. You can't eat the berries like alone. They're way too bitter. But when you eat them with like the meatballs, it's so good. It tastes so good. It adds that like tartness to the meatball. I don't know. It tastes really, really solid.
No,
Sounds
like
all
Cobb
good.
just takes one trip to Sweden, and like now he's a Swiftie.
I
Now
am.
he's a
He's
food
a
connoisseur.
Viking.
Like you know,
Yeah, he actually like went on like a life changing
Yeah.
trip to Sweden.
like now he's all about the environment. Except for Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift gets a pass because like God's gift to music. But
you know what's ridiculous is that the way I found out that Cobb was going to Sweden or / in Sweden is it's just nuts to me.
How'd you find out, Chip?
There's a day I called Noah, okay, and no, you remember this?
yeah,
We were talking in the Samantha in the car,
Yeah,
Right.
what about it?
And you were like, I was in town for like 2 days before I had to leave to Atlanta for my internship. So I called Noah, and I was gonna call Cobb, and I was gonna be like, let's get food, let's do something. I'm here for very little time, let's go.
Right.
I called Noah. Noah picks up eventually. He's in Vegas, so we're gonna get that in a little bit. What the fuck, right? Like, no, but he did not tell me shit. He did not tell me he was in Vegas. I'm finding this out by calling him, right? And he's there with his girlfriend and his parents, or her parents. So more of that later. But then Noah's like, you should call Jacob. You know, maybe you can get food with him because Noah's not there for me. So I call Cobb. Cobb doesn't even pick up the phone. I can't remember a singular time in my life that I've called Jacob and he's picked up the phone. Honestly, like, very, very rare. No offense, Jacob. I'm not throwing. Actually, I am throwing shade. You should probably just pick up my phone
I
calls
answer
once in a
your
while.
text
But
messages, like your messenger stuff, pretty immediate.
yeah, so I texted him after that, and then he texted me back. So I don't understand why he like can't pick up the phone sometimes. In this scenario, it's valid because he's in like Africa, but he's like, "Oh, I'm in Sweden."
It's just like what
He's
the
like,
I think Sweden's like the
I was
opposite
like,
of
what do you-
Africa. Like, if
I-
I had to pick an opposite, like, I would pick Sweden.
Okay. I asked him, like, do you want to get lunch? Like, I'm in town. And he was like, I'm in Sweden. Actually, that's not even what he said at first. At first, he said, like, I'm going to study abroad. Like, I'm going to do a study abroad. So he made it seem like he hadn't left yet. But then all of a sudden, he was like, I'm in Sweden. So I got doubly baited, finding out both my friends were not, like, local in these random-ass places. Like, I had to call them
Yeah, I was
in order to find this out.
Jit, by the
Okay.
same margin, you did not tell us that you were coming on these days.
Yeah, I mean, I barely knew too. I
Okay.
changed my plans last minute.
Okay, fair enough.
But
But
oh my god,
I have two more things to talk about on this trip. The first is we went there's this big national forest just to the south of Stockholm, which is where we were. And we went out camping for one night. And we with a guide. We weren't alone. But we went out into the middle of the woods and we went into this Viking burial ground. We hiked to the very top of this gigantic mound, and then he's like, all right, cook dinner. Everybody just looked at each other like, what do you mean cook dinner? He's like, oh yeah, I forgot about this. Here, it gives us flint and steel and just like these huge chonky logs. And he's like, all right, start a fire.
Damn.
So
It's going all Minecraft.
yeah, it felt like Minecraft IRL, but in fact, we were in the homeland of Minecraft.
Oh, this is true.
Yeah. What the-
Yeah. Honestly, I can see how, like, I can see if this get, like, Mojang, whatever the creator of Minecraft's name is, went to these woods, like, the woods they're all birch trees, right? So they're all those, like, white and black trees. Like, and it looks just like, I don't know, I feel like you could see the influence that the forest
Yeah, I
has
mean,
in
like, they were
Minecraft.
cubicle, like, you know, he punched
They
him,
were.
and he got some wood.
I did do this.
There was an Enderman.
But anyway, we start our own fire. We eat this like blueberry beet mixture burrito
You guys
thing.
make it?
I don't even know what it was. No, we didn't. Like, we had the ingredients,
Oh, okay.
but yeah, we didn't. We did not catch our own food, PJ. No, we did not do
Unfortunately.
this extreme. Yeah, and
PJ
then
would have.
Yeah.
Not PJ would have. It's true.
I would have jumped
then-
on it.
True. Okay. We went out just on a hike at like dusk, which, by the way, if you don't know, the sun is up from 4 a.m. to 11 p.m. So the sun only goes down for like 5 hours a day. So it's bright almost all the time. And so we were going out on this hike at like 9 o'clock at night. It's still fairly bright out. There's a lot of deer around. There was like a pack of wolves that you could see. We saw a few moose and everything. But then this guy comes up to us. No idea who this guy is. And he just starts screaming at us in Swedish, of course, so no one can understand him except the guide. And he was like, yeah, this guy is angry that we're here. And no one knows why. So we just kind of walk off on our way. And then the next day we are driving back, and we get stopped by the police. Apparently, this guy called the police that we were in the forest, even though totally legal. Like we're going through a company, like fairly legit stuff. And they give all of us breathalyzers, make sure nobody's drunk, ask all these questions, and then we walk home. I mean, we drive home.
They took the car? Like, damn, bro.
They took the car. I was like, holy shit.
Swedish police
we
are
drove.
serious business.
No, but they were, I don't know, the police seemed confused. We were confused. They couldn't really understand us. We couldn't really understand them. It was just it was a weird experience. Yeah. But they did not like that we were in the forest, apparently.
Damn.
Yeah. And then the one other thing we did, which I feel like all of you guys would enjoy a lot, is the Viking dinner. I don't know. I showed you.
I did
posted
see some
videos
videos of this, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Noah specifically would have enjoyed that very much.
Wait, why me specifically?
I don't know, it just feels like your vibe.
You're just a Viking, no one. Accept
It's
it.
true.
All right, fair enough.
When you walked into the restaurant, they took this ginormous horn, they blew into it, and like they yelled like that you have like new clanmates, and they announced like your names and where you're from and everything. And then the entire restaurant, they grab their like fork and knife and they start banging on the table. So the whole restaurant is like just full of these people banging on the table as you run to your seat. I don't know. It's just kind of epic. I don't know.
That
And
sounds
then-
cool, but like I feel like if I'm eating there, like I don't want to be like having to stop eating like every 5 minutes because like somebody like some like fucking like Dave from like Idaho just shows up. And I gotta be like, oh yeah, Dave.
No,
Yeah.
it wasn't every 5 minutes because the restaurant's booked all the time. It was more like every 15, 20 minutes someone new came in.
Yeah,
So-
fair enough.
It wasn't that annoying. Yeah, but they had mead. Do you know what mead is?
It's like
Yeah.
honey alcohol, right?
Yeah, it's like honey alcohol. And that tasted
Is it good?
it was really good. I got the
Did you drink
yeah,
it? Oh, so
got
cool.
the-
Has had the alcohol.
yeah, I've had alcohol before. I just I don't drink a lot. I just had one.
I thought Cobb was like, I'm
Damn.
never gonna drink in my
Alright.
life. Am I stupid for remembering?
Yeah, no,
did he say
no,
like
he said
was
some
this
shit
his
like that.
philosophy?
No, I just said I'm gonna always stay in control. I don't want to get drunk. I said I'm never getting drunk.
I don't know. Did he say that?
I know, Noah. I know.
I mean, do you know?
I do.
I don't think you do. Okay. I mean, like, let's recap though. Like, okay, Cobb's a Swiftie now. He's environmentally friendly.
Wait, yeah.
Like, he's a food connoisseur.
He drinks.
He's an alcoholic.
True.
He violated the
He
law. Like,
drinks.
he trespassed on Swedish like national soil.
True.
He's a wanted criminal now. I mean, like, I don't know, Cobb. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. But I had the cinnamon one. I will tell you this one.
We just accused him of like 8 million things, and he's like, I had the cinnamon
It
alcohol.
was cinnamon and like apple. It was cinnamon, apple, and then it's mixed with honey. It was, I think, I don't know, it was up there in the drink department. It was really, really good. And then, yeah, I don't know. We also went to this was a different night, but we went to a top 15 bar in the world.
What's that?
By
It
what
was just-
metric?
I assume the
I
bar,
don't know.
the
It was
bar
just like
rankings.
we just look up top bars in the world, and this was in the top 15. I don't know what metrics they used, but it was just really good apparently.
I'm calling
And-
bullshit.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know, man.
Why won't you believe?
I mean, okay,
Sweden.
like,
I feel like
what makes it like a top 15 bar in the world? You're telling me somebody's gone to every bar in the world and has like
Yeah.
some
The guys who made the website
understanding.
did.
I don't
Who
buy
are
it.
you to
I don't
question them,
buy it.
Noah?
I am me to question them.
All right. Well, anyway, the drinks there, I had some. Forgot what I had. I had like a cherry.
Oh my god, he drunk so
Vodka
much he
drink.
got blacked
Cobb
out.
got
Is-
he
yeah,
forgot.
yeah.
God, you were
it
just
was-
like, oh,
yeah.
I won't lose control, and then he's like,
Oh,
yeah, I drank so much, I forgot. Like,
The names
I
were
don't
in
remember
Swedish.
what I was
all
doing
of
that
these drink
night.
names were Swedish names. They were not in English. I don't
Next
know what
thing
it
I
was.
know, I wake up in like some bed with like 3 hookers and like a bear.
3 Swedish
yeah,
women,
that was-
women
yeah,
all
oh,
10
that
feet
was my
tall
story.
surrounding
Yep.
me.
But anyway, that was really good.
Right.
I'm glad you had a
Yeah,
good trip.
it was good.
I'm happy for you.
So this the whole point of this. I told PJ this when we went to New York. I'm pretty sure the next trip that they're doing is in Japan. And I think the four of us should go together.
That'd be fun.
What, like, just all of us just like tag along?
Yeah, I mean, people did that. Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah.
Oh,
there
you
were
can?
other members of the cohort who had like family members tag along. So you can do that.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
I feel like us going to Japan, that would be like,
have to-
and it would be either, it would be probably
fun.
summer. So people should be off. Yeah.
I'll be like, hello, vegetarian food, please.
Vegetarian food.
Do you have seaweed?
do you have seaweed?
I need seaweed.
Just give me a salad of that.
Anushka's
Could I just have rice?
sister's boyfriend went to Japan. I think the group he went with was very vegetarian.
And they did fine.
And they survived. They
They survived.
did okay.
It's true.
I mean, like, eating meat doesn't kill you.
See, the
Okay,
thing
but
is,
it's not.
I'm
That's
not going
not
to now.
That's
Like,
not the issue.
I'm not just gonna call. I'd rather be hungry.
No,
I drank ketchup that
saying,
one day.
I'm
though.
just saying, like, Pranay's point that they're still alive doesn't say anything.
No, wait,
like,
no. It's not. My point's not that still alive. My point is like they still had a good time.
Okay.
There are vegetarians in Japan. I'm pretty sure this is just fact.
I mean, yeah, this is true. This is true. I mean, like, Buddhism has a strong tie to
Okay,
vegetarianism.
I think we'll be fine, but it's like if we go somewhere, we can't just go anywhere.
Yeah,
we'll have to like
that's fine.
scout a little bit. It just requires a bit more work.
I mean, yeah.
And it's obviously becomes all of y'all's
Yes, but
problem
my
as well.
point is, we should do this. This would be like a good trip for all of us to go on, and it would be like at the end of my my program, the end of PJ's program. Jith would have been done for a little bit. I think Noah would be done
mean
too. I
next
think
summer?
Noah graduates, and you graduate
Wait,
next
next
year,
summer?
right? No.
yeah, next
Yeah.
spring.
So all of us
This
would
is
just be
next
done.
summer.
Yeah.
Club? Okay. I thought he meant this summer. I was like, wait, none of us are.
Well,
none
that's
of us
like
are
a
done
whole
with the
year
Yeah,
program.
it's a
from
whole
now.
year from now, but still,
Yeah,
I'm
but
just
that
planting the
is-
idea.
That's
Well,
you know,
fair enough.
I kinda-
Fair enough. Circle back to it.
I feel like this would be a fun thing for us to do. We can go to
Yeah.
Nintendo World.
I would like to go to Nintendo World. And do they have like
Dude, you can
interactive
be
like?
Japanese Smash players.
No.
You could play against Japanese Smash players.
Yeah.
Is that what you
I
think?
feel like we would get. I don't even just probably just get bodied.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Visa, but like it's
No, they don't know the power of Bayonetta.
no, it's good. What do you mean? That country invented
Up B,
Bayonetta.
side B, up B,
They
side B.
invented
Yeah,
Bayonetta
you're
as a
right, actually.
concept. What do you mean?
Shit. Shit.
You got to there. Jeff. You
God
got to
damn
there.
it.
But I was not the only one who traveled during this time. It seems like Jit, you also had a pretty significant move in the past
Yes, I
couple
have.
weeks.
Yes, so for my internship this summer, I've now moved to Atlanta for the next 3 months. So it's gonna be a fun time. I haven't really gotten the chance to explore the city much. I actually asked Pranay for some tips, and he was quite helpful in that because I know he spends a lot of time like Pittsburgh and just everywhere he's been, he explores. That's Pranay's natural aptitude. He has a natural aptitude for that. So I needed his advice, and I'm going to try and start doing more. But there's a park near me that's really, really beautiful, and then there's also like a lot of tourist attraction stuff in Atlanta, like the Coke World of Coke, and then just a few other
Cocaine.
things. The aquarium. I think the zoo has some of the last pandas.
No, those are all gone.
Like China's taking them all back.
Those are all
China
gone.
already took them
Yeah,
all
Damn.
back.
They took them back like last
Oh.
week or the week before.
Yep. So
But the
just missed them.
the Georgia Aquarium's there, right?
Yeah.
That's like an
The
Omega
aquarium's here and the
aquarium.
zoo's here. Yeah, that aquarium is insane. So there is definitely cool stuff to do here on the weekends. So that's probably what my weekends will look like.
Have you
And
have you
then-
started the internship or is it just
I have started it. It's a machine learning engineer role, like an AI ML role at Honeywell. And it's been good. It's been good. I haven't had too much to do because it's still in the like first couple weeks. So I just got my project and everything, and I've started working on that. But it's cool to work with all the the LLM technology, and it's all very current. So that's what's nice about
Very
it.
nice.
nice? And how are your living situation?
I have like one other roommate, but the apartment itself, like the housing is they put us up in a nice spot. Like I have a pool, hot tub, a gym on the 32nd floor, dude. The view of Atlanta from my gym is like, it's just like Redux, New York. Like it's really, really nice. Obviously not as like amazing as New York, but it's like this discount.
I
New
mean,
York.
like you're you're AI ML engineer. Like they're gonna, they're gonna treat you well. Like you're not exactly cleaning floors or anything.
Yeah, so it's definitely a nice place that they put us up in, and I don't know. It's overall, I feel like it's gonna be a nice summer. I've been cooking more as well, and
Nice.
just generally just doing more things. So
Very good.
has been fun.
I did tell you that I would visit you in Atlanta at some point.
You did say this, so you have a place to stay. You can come cuddle up with me here.
Okay.
But yeah,
Now
About
Noah
that.
has reevaluated his decisions.
Noah hates me, dude. Like I'm pretty convinced that Noah just actually dislikes me on a fundamental level.
I'm
but
sorry. Like
cool.
I can't be seen in the same room as you anymore.
Yeah, well, we're in the same recording room, so
Get me out of here, Cobb.
disconnects, leaves the podcast.
Never gonna see me again.
That'd be crazy.
You just take public transport everywhere, or how do you get to your internship?
The office is literally a 10-minute walk.
Oh, okay.
Like they put me up at like
that is nice.
optimal
Yeah.
housing in Midtown, so it's a 10-minute walk to the office. They cater lunch for us. Did I mention every day they cater lunch? Oh, it was like poke bowls and like burgers, and it just depends on the day. But
I think
it's
Puck's
normally
Puck's
pretty nice.
office does that too. I think.
Yeah, dude. Like that's
Bunch
the
of tech
move. You
places
go
do.
there, you eat lunch, and then you pack some lunch, and then that becomes your dinner, and it's just like you're fed, and that makes your life so much easier.
I thought you said you were cooking, Jith.
Yeah, on the weekends I cook,
Oh, okay.
make like pasta, or like
No, Vitz was always cooking.
like fancier pasta.
It's true.
But-
Jith is always cooking.
Yeah, you're making moves out here. I actually do a podcast. If you guys didn't know, my friends.
I'm sure that gets all the ladies. Like they're like, podcast? Oh my god.
This
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's pretty cool. Like, my friends and I, we just meet up occasionally and just record an episode, and they always blow up, like get really, really big. So
We got like 50 views.
I've got a lot of clout from it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, wow. I can even imagine 50 people in a room. I can't.
Can't count that high. I don't have that many fingers and
What?
toes.
Huh? Yeah, exactly. You're limited to 40.
Exactly.
Just unfortunate. But yeah, that's my Atlanta experience so far. So I'll have more updates
Nice.
on a later episode after I
Yeah,
go to the
I
world
feel like
of Coke.
you'll have some stories to tell eventually.
Yes, I don't think anything as crazy as yours. But, if I get breathalyzered and then, have to start a fire, I'll keep you posted.
Let us know.
We don't have water. That's one thing. We have like a
What does
boil
that
water
mean?
advisory, so we have water,
Okay.
but we just can't use it.
You
so
can boil
it
it,
might be
right?
because a water line broke. Yeah, so you have to boil it over after it starts boiling, like a rolling boil for a minute, and then you can drink it and use it, whatever. But it's kind of annoying. So we just bought bottled water, and I've just been using
Fair
that.
enough.
But yeah, that's the one like big thing I guess that's happened thus far. That's kind of annoying.
Yeah, that'll be over soon, I guess.
Yeah, hopefully by tomorrow. But yeah, I've also been playing a lot of pool, like billiards. I'm just yapping at this point. But
Sounds like
We
you're
should do
living
that
it up in
sometime.
We
Atlanta.
should do that sometime, yeah.
well, the one thing I did mention earlier was that we were going to talk about was Vegas, as Noah had went there with people. So Noah, would you like to enlighten us on your
Yeah,
trip? How that happened,
these
how that came
so-called
to be,
people.
and how it was.
It's a pretty simple story. Like Samantha's parents wanted to go to Vegas, so they wanted Samantha to go with them because, family time. And like Samantha wanted me to go because she doesn't want to be alone with her parents for like a week, and I sympathize. So just like tagging along, family trip.
That's when
I'm just kind of there.
Just like the fourth weird.
her parents were like family time, and she was like,
It's like,
"No."
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm just like kind
Oh,
of
God.
there. Like, it was cool. I haven't been to Vegas since I was like 10. I'll be honest.
You went there, you're 10.
Yeah.
I'm sure you
I
had a
mean,
splendid grand old time.
I did have a grand old time. When I was 10, I thought Vegas was like the shit, dude. Like, I mean, you're telling me they have like a
Yeah, when you're young,
pyramid?
Vegas
They
is
have
really
like,
cool.
the Eiffel Tower here? Like, holy shit. But like now I'm here and I'm just kind of like, man, everything like smells like cigarette smoke. There's a bunch of like old people here who look like they've been like living at these slot machines for like the last 5 years. I think I
But now
just
they have a giant dome,
yeah, well, I
right?
did go in there and the big ball thing. Um,
How was
also
it?
mid. Um, like literally the only thing I liked about Vegas, and like okay, I mean, I only did see the strip, so I mean, I'm sure like there's other parts of like the town that are like nice, but I mean, in terms of the strip, I'm not a big fan. Like everything's expensive as hell.
Did you play any card games?
I did not because I don't have enough money to lose it all on gambling.
You should get some. You should get some money.
So what did you guys do really like a day to day like activity? How many
Oh my
days
god.
did you
Okay,
go?
so
Things
we were
like
there
that.
for like 9 days, and like okay, for her mom is in
Wow, that's a long
yeah.
time.
Well, not we weren't in like Vegas the entire time. So what happened was like we got to Vegas, we were
Okay.
there for 3 days. Her mom is like insane. She like schedules just like back to back to back shit. So like we go to see like the show in like the orb, the sphere.
What show?
Like
What show, Noah?
it was like called like a postcard from Earth, and like this shit was the dumbest fucking like okay. You think of like every bad stereotype of like woke Hollywood you can think of and like put it in a movie. That's that movie. Like it's like the premise is like, there's like these two like people who are like shot off to like an alien planet to like colonize it. And like they're just like recapping like, what happened to like get us to this point in the future. And it's like, oh, like, we fucked up the earth. So, like you would think like I thought the whole point would be like we fucked up the earth so we had to like go off somewhere else after our apocalypse, but then it was like, oh, we just like realized that we were screwing up, so we just left and lived in orbit for a while, and the earth healed, and then we didn't go back to the earth, we just went to other planets for reasons unknown to me. Also, I mean, it's like this whole like Adam and Eve thing. Like it's like a black guy and a Native American woman, and like I get it, inclusion, but it felt very in your face. Like also, it was very clear to me that they had a limited amount of like footage to use, or a limited like budget to like get more footage, because like a lot of the footage just like didn't have a whole lot to do with what they're talking about. Yeah, like in general, like I wasn't a big fan of the movie. It was all right. I mean, like being in that like the big screen, that was kind of cool, but like for
But it was just like mainly shows and stuff. Or
Did you not
what you
see
guys
like
did?
do you not see like a magic act?
no,
didn't see
well,
Shin Lim?
okay. Well,
You
we
didn't see
just went to
Shin Lim? Didn't see
one. No, I unfortunately
Oh,
did
okay.
not. I wish I did, but I'm sure it would have been like crazy expensive. But
Yeah,
like
probably.
basically you go in, right? And there's like this like lobby where they've got like a bunch of quote unquote futuristic stuff. And it's so funny because like they have like these like quote unquote AI things that are like, robots with like okay, but they don't move. They're just kind of like in place like mannequins, and like, they talk and shit. I don't even know if like they have like an LLM or anything like actively generating audio, or if they're like just on a loop. But it was just kind of funny, just kind of like looking and be like, ooh, the future. Meanwhile, like, OpenAI just dropped like GPT like 4.0. Like, I'm just like, man,
Yeah.
this is like this is not the future, man. This is like 5 years ago. But yeah, that was all right. Pretty much the only thing I liked in Vegas was like Cirque du Soleil. Like that shit is legit. Like the
Yeah, they're really
performers
good. Really good.
are insane. Yeah, like the performers are insane.
The strength and
like-
like flexibility they have.
Yeah, like I saw O, which is like the water, the ocean themed one. There was just like one bit that just like lives in my mind rent free, where like they just had some guy come out, like sit on a chair and read a newspaper, and then they set him on fire. And he's just like there while like the fire is just like slowly climbing up his body. And like the entire time I'm just like, okay, like clearly they have to like put him out at some point, right? Like sure, like fire retardant like clothing and like stunt and whatever, like, but like he's on fire. But no, he just sits there while like the fire just entirely engulfs his body while he's like just like reading his newspaper. And then finally, while on fire, he gets up to go leave. He exits stage right, and then he comes back to get his chair while on fire. Still, like he's still on fire this whole time. Like I don't know what the fuck they're doing over there, but like the guy's just like on fire for 5 minutes. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. You went into the casinos and stuff?
I mean, like, you know, the hotels are casinos.
Oh, okay,
I mean,
so you stayed at them.
Yeah, like I don't know, like I'm not a big fan of like casinos personally.
Did you teach them Trump? Did you say
I
this is
did
the card
not.
game of the future?
They did not deserve Trump. I'll be honest, like it's insane how predatory it is. Just like I get it, like you go to Vegas to gamble, but it's just like you get off the plane and there's like slot machines like there,
In the airport?
Yeah, in the airport, there's slot machines.
Oh, what the hell?
You go to like where the Uber is. There's more slot machines before you get to the Uber. You go to your hotel. You get off like the Uber. You go into the hotel. More slot machines.
You
Like
gotta open your bed. There's a slot machine.
like there's a slot machine. Like you know, I went to go piss. I
That's
unzipped and I
funny.
looked down slot machine. I mean, like I don't know. Like I get it. Like you go to Vegas to gamble, but it felt like there's like gambling and then there's gambling, right? There's like fun gambling when you're playing poker and like you don't know what the fuck is going on and like you win like $500 because like you don't know the rules and like you know, but like I don't know, slot machines are just so depressing, man. Like you're just like sitting there like pressing a button. There's like a thing on there that allows you to directly like transfer money from your bank account to the slot machine.
Wow.
Like
Jesus.
Like I don't know, man. Like,
That's crazy. That is actually
Yeah,
crazy.
that's crazy.
It's depressing as hell. It is depressing as hell. Like you just see some people there who just like you can just tell that like they've reached a point in their life where like they have like no more goals, no more aspirations. They're just here pressing the button, and I don't know, man. Like that ruined my day. Like, but I don't know.
All right, what after Vegas then? 3 days?
I mean, then we go touring like all like the national parks. So like we go to like we drive to like across the state to Utah. We see like Zion National Park, Arches National Park. We see Antelope Canyon. We see like I'm forgetting one, like Grand Canyon. Like I don't know. It's like every night like we get to like a new like hotel or motel. We go see the national park. And then we drive to like the next one, and like her mom is exhausting. Like she just goes from place to place to place to place, and like meanwhile, like me and Samantha are like trying to keep up, but like, good lord, I was dying.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
What was your favorite national park? What was the best national park?
I mean, Antelope Canyon like is pretty sick, but like it's a relatively short experience. Like you just kind of like walk through like for like I don't know, like maybe an hour while your guide talks to you about like the canyon. Honestly, my favorite one was probably Zion. Like they had like a really nice trail that like just kind of go down some like really nice views. Although that might just because that's the first one, and like past that, like I just like my energy levels just like went lower and lower. And by the time we got to the Grand Canyon, I was just like, cool, that's a canyon. I'm ready to go back to like the hotel now.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, that is a very
That's-
rapid fire thing to do.
Was it awkward, like interacting with her parents and stuff?
I mean, kind of, I guess. Like, I don't know. Like her parents just sort of ignored my existence for most of the trip, which I'm fine with. I was just kind of there.
Okay, but like when I called you, you were for real cuddled up with her in the backseat of
Yeah.
the car. Ha!
Like they didn't say anything?
But
I was
no,
like,
I mean, like I'm like, okay, I'm hugging my girlfriend. I'm not like making out with her or like
was it- I,
like Guess what? Like it's fine.
But
No. No.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
You
Okay. So like when a man and a woman love each other very much.
okay, Pranay,
Yes.
Pranay, you talk for me, Pranay.
Okay. I also don't know to what extent this was. Wait, have you interacted with them before, Noah?
Yeah, somewhat. Yeah, I mean, I've been over to dinner at their house like a few times. Like, they came
Okay.
over to like eat dinner with my folks one time. So, I mean,
Okay, I guess it's not as bad as like initial.
Okay.
I thought like the
Yeah.
way you described it first, I was just like, so this is like your first time
no,
really spending time with them.
no.
Okay, I mean, still to an extent, like
Still, I don't know.
I also do not know what exactly is going on, but
Like,
I personally would find it like maybe you can like you sneak, you can like sneak around. This I understand.
what?
Yeah, sneaking.
Sneakily
Dude,
doing things.
We're
yes,
we're
this I
cuddling,
understand.
like we're hugging, like
Okay. I
We're
don't know
not
the
gonna
extent
have
of
a
what
they're
just
kid
like,
in the back
they're,
seat,
like hugging. Like he has her arm fully around her. She's like leaning, like her head on, like resting her head on his chest.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of like great, right?
that. What?
Like
Dude, that's what
What?
couples do. Like, I don't know.
yes, Noah, I know that. It's just not what couples do in front of parents in India or in
All right.
brown
Well,
culture.
I mean, we're not in India. We're also not Indian.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying in brown
yeah,
culture.
I'm
in
aware.
Dallas. It's
I'm
as
just-
close as you could get.
I know. I'm just in shock.
Like, just what? Like, I don't know how to tell you this, but
Also, how did you never tell me any of these other details? Like her entire family came and had dinner with your entire family.
I mean,
Like,
it's,
I feel like
it's
no
not
one-
important.
We don't communicate enough. Like without these podcast episodes, I would literally know nothing about you guys.
All right, that's fair.
I feel like that's the same for you too, Jit. I don't know your details.
Maybe we all need to be a little better. How about that?
I found out Jit was dating someone from Purdue.
Well, like which one?
What?
I mean, like, it was this
I don't
like
know,
most
the-
recent one or like long
I
ago?
think the most
or,
recent
like-
one. I think the
No,
most
wait, no. I remember I came into TMNT one day and I had told everyone there, and then when Noah came, I told everyone there. I think Noah wasn't there at the time. It was just you three, like you, Pranay, Puck.
Maybe.
I remember this very vividly.
Maybe.
I remember telling them
I don't
very
know, for
vividly.
one of them, I don't know which one, but I remember one of them I found out from Purdue. I'm just saying, to your point, everybody's got to be better about telling stuff.
That I'm agreeing with you.
Okay, I'm just
bro.
saying everyone. Yeah.
I will say, okay, I don't know how far into mine. I think people knew decently pretty early.
Yeah, you told us pretty early on. Noah and I LinkedIn stalked her initially.
What?
Yeah. And we were like, oh, very smart. But that makes sense. You both got accepted into like the one CMU program that was like Omega.
Yeah, it was difficult.
Competitive. Yeah. So makes sense. All adds up. Genius kids and etc.
Has she now met every
It's cooked.
one of us in person?
Not Noah.
She's never met
No.
Noah.
Noah.
Yeah.
I think it's because like as soon as she sees me, she's just gonna like break up with Pranay. She's gonna be like, this is like the
That's
kind of
why-
friend
that's why
you
I've
have.
avoided
Like,
this.
I can't be with you. Like, I'm sorry. Like, clearly, you're not the man I thought you were.
Okay. Well, you know what? I think we should all just do a better job of being involved in one another's lives. Agreed?
Agreed.
Yeah, they're
okay.
And
like
speaking of involvement, Jit.
Okay.
Speaking of involvement.
Yeah. Stay involved with Stating the Obvious podcast. You can do this in a multitude of ways, right? You can like this video. You can comment on this video, depending on where you're watching it from. And you can do this everywhere. You can follow and subscribe to Stating the Obvious podcast because honestly, this is the content you're here for. Even if you stay for the first 5 minutes just to listen to our obvious facts, you know what? You're more knowledgeable than some other chump out there. Having this knowledge, honestly, it makes you a slam dunk. So with that, thank you so much for listening. We'll be back next week.
A slam dunk?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I don't know about that one, man.